A warm welcome to a new lecture series on geology related natural hazards and their management. Dear students, today we are going to discussing about a new module entitled Avalanche. I am Dr. Manoj, Assistant Professor of Department of Environmental Studies of Kannur University. As we all know, we are facing different types of disasters each and every day. Dear students, you know what is disaster? A disaster is a crisis situation that far exceeds the capabilities. Actually, a disaster is an evil event. According to a high-powered committee report on disaster management, in which released around 2001, a disaster is an event of natural or human-made that leads to sudden disruption of normalcy within society, causing damage to life and property to such an extent that is beyond the capacity of normal social and economic mechanism to cope up with. In this module, we are discussing about avalanche. It is a natural disaster related to earth. What is avalanche? An avalanche is a sudden and rapid flow of snow down a slope, occurring when either natural triggers or human activity causes a critical escalating transition from the slow equilibrium evolution of the snowpack. First, we can discuss about snow avalanches, because it is a common avalanches in which is seen all over the world. A loose snow avalanche is an avalanche formed in snow with a little internal cohesion among individual snow crystals. Usually, very few fatalities occur from loose snow avalanches, as the avalanches have a tendency to break beneath the person and are usually small, even having a path as small as a few centimeters, and as a result are sometimes called harmless slugs. However, based on the terrain, loose snow avalanches can grow large and have been known to carry people off a cliff and into a crevasse or bury them in a gully and even completely destroy houses and other similar buildings. Ideal conditions for a loose snow avalanche are steep slope with angles of 40 degrees and more, persistent sub-zero temperatures and low humidity, moderate to heavy snowfall, and also in an area where winds are very light or are not affecting the density of the snow. This produces light fluffy snow that is hard or unable to pack. Next, we can discuss features of avalanche. Avalanche normally occurring in mountainous terrain. An avalanche can mix air and water with the descending snow. Powerful avalanches have the capability to entrain ice, rocks, trees and other material on the slope. Avalanches are primarily composed of flowing snow. In contrast to other natural events which can cause disasters, avalanches are not common or random events and are endemic to any mountain range that accumulate a standing snow pack. In mountainous terrain, avalanches are among the most serious objective hazards to life and property, with their destructive capability resulting from their potential to carry an enormous mass of snow rapidly over large distances. Next, formation and occurrences of avalanche. Avalanches only occur when the stress on the snow exceeds the shear, ductile and tensile strength either within the snowpack or at the contact of the base of the snowpack with the ground or rock surface. A number of forces acting on snowpack can be readily determined. This map shows the major avalanche prone areas in the world. Next, we can discuss about the causes of avalanches. What are the causes of avalanches? Layers of snow build up and slide down the mountain. A vibration or movement like the voice of a person or a train can start an avalanche. Certain weather conditions like wind and rain also causes avalanche. A rock or a piece of ice can shake the snow to slide down the mountain. Water under the snow could make the snow slide down. A section of the snow could fall down or break apart and slide down the mountain. Other factors in which cause avalanche are weather, snowfall, wind direction, temperature, snowpack conditions, slope angle, slope orientation, terrain nature, vegetation, etc. Next, classification or the types of avalanche. Avalanches are classified by their morphological characteristics. Some of the morphological characteristics used to classify avalanches include the type of snow involved, the nature of the failure, the sliding surface, the propagation mechanism of the failure, the triggers of the avalanche, the slope angle, direction and elevation. Based on snowpack failure, avalanche can be classified into slab avalanche and loose snow avalanche. Based on the avalanche motion, it can be classified into three types, that is wet snow avalanche, powder snow avalanche and dry flowing avalanche. This picture shows slab avalanche. It is dry moving avalanche. Loose snow avalanche. This picture shows powder avalanche. This is wet snow avalanche. Next, we can discuss about effect of avalanches. The effect of avalanches can be broadly classified into direct effect and indirect effect and long term effect. First, we can discuss about direct effect. Avalanche will engulf and cover large area. Dear students, as we all know, avalanche is the downward movement of huge mass of ice and snow. So, when such a huge mass of snow and ice comes down, it will engulf and cover a large area including the domesticated sectors. It will blockages the road, mountain passes, streams, etc. Avalanche also cause damages to electric and communication lines. It will create flash floods. Flash flood is nothing, it is the flood in which formed for a short span of time. Avalanche also causes freezing effects. Indirect effect and long-term effects include the loss of productivity, especially the productivity related to the agriculture, poultry, etc. Loss of houses. As we all know, as mentioned earlier, it is the downward movement of the huge mass of ice along with the snow. So, when it comes down, it may harmfully affect the houses in which existing in the lower regions. Avalanche cause destruction of properties. It also causes shattering of family life due to death or injuries. Next, we can discuss about prevention and control measures to cope up with the avalanche disaster. Preventive measures are employed in areas where avalanches pose a significant threat to people, such as ski resorts, mountain towns, roads and railways. There are several ways to prevent avalanches and lessen their power. It reduces the likelihood and size of avalanche by disrupting the structure of snowpack, reinforce and stabilize the snowpack. Methods include sky cutting, that is, they safely trigger a small avalanche, thereby to reduce its impact. Use of explosives by helicopter bombing. This method helps to break the huge mass of ice or snowpack which may chance to reach down. Wire netting system. This will help to prevent or block the further entry of ice mass or snow pack in connection with the downward movement. The boot packing, it is also helps to check the further entry of ice mass into the human dwelling areas. Another method is snow groomers. By making use of the snow groomers, we can remove the snow and ice in which covered in roads, domesticated areas, etc. Snow retention structures used in the upper path of probable avalanche path to enhance natural retardation. Avalanche barriers. This can also helps to entry the further movement of ice or snowpack into the roads and other domesticated areas. Snow redistribution structures. This can also helps to divert the movement of snow and ice, thereby to prevent the further entry of such a type of huge mass of ice or snowpack into the dwelling places of human. Snow deflection structures used to deflect and confine the moving snow within the avalanche track. Direct protection of important objects and structures can also be adopted to prevent the adverse impact of avalanches. Another effective method to combat adverse effect of avalanche is reforestation or afforestation. Architectural streamlining and wedge shaping buildings such as those found in the historic high mountain villages of Alps can be adopted, which will definitely prevent the or minimize the impact associated with the avalanche. I have a question to you. How do you manage avalanche? There are different steps normally associated with the management of avalanche: risk and hazard assessment, prevention and mitigation, observation and forecasting, interventions, response and recovery, professional preparedness. These are the major steps associated with the management of avalanche. Risk and hazard assessment. Risk assessment for potential avalanche terrain by studying topography, vegetation and seasonal snow distribution. Hazard assessment for the consequence of avalanche by studying exposure of urbanization, industrialization, transportation, recreation activities and the distribution of human use of the potential avalanche terrain. Second one is prevention and mitigation. Here begins with observing the snow pack to forecast the risk of avalanche occurrence. Forecasting determines the necessary intervention to reduce the hazard. Third step is observation and forecasting. In this step, first one is to estimate the instabilities of the snowpack and assess the risk. In areas where the heavy human use of the snowpack should be monitored throughout the winter season. Forecasting is the goal of snow observation. The fourth step is interventions. Interventions includes the activities used for controlling the avalanche. Several methods are used such as sky cutting, use of explosives, wire netting systems, boot packing, use of snow groomers, etc. Social interventions. Actually, the social interventions helps to reduces the incidence and prevalence of human avalanche involvement by modifying the behavior of people. Adoption of awareness and education programs at communities who are prone to frequent avalanche is another method. The survey of avalanche accidents have observed that the people and victims were unaware of the risk of avalanche occurrence. Another step is to avail insurance coverage to pupils living in avalanche prone areas. The fifth step is response and recovery. Typical responses span from clearing transportation corridors of avalanche debris to repair industrial and recreational facilities, to search, rescue and recovery. This is also a part of response and recovery step. Another part of the response and recovery step is to improve the outcome of human avalanche involvement. Avalanche control organizations, after training and educations to both professionals and recreational amateurs in avalanches. Sixth step to control avalanche impact is professional preparedness. When avalanche are forecast to occur, avalanche terrain to which the unprepared public chance to expose will be closed till the clearance of debris from avalanche. When unexpected avalanche occurred, that will affect unprepared public. Avalanche control organizations respond with large professionally organized search teams involving probe lines, trained and search and rescue dogs. Dear students, in India, we have an avalanche prevention and prediction agency, the Snow and Avalanche Study Establishment. The short form of it is SAS, which exists at Manali in Himachal Pradesh. Now, I am concluding this module. Avalanche is a natural disaster common in mountain slopes, which cause severe destructions similar to any of other natural disaster. Reforestation, snow sheds, avalanche breaker and barriers help for preventing or controlling the movement. Careful coordination in planning, land use, avalanche forecasting and safety patrolling with artificial release of slides and temporary closing of hazardous zones may help in marking mountains areas safe for human use. Thank you, dear students. Next time we can meet you with another interesting module. Thank you once again.